Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today we will be creating this effect. Of course, you've seen this effect numerous times on flyers, especially on the footer section. So today we'll be creating this effect in less than 12 minutes. So open up your Photoshop and let's go. Basically, we'll be using our pen tool for creating this shape. So we'll create the shape first and then move on to selecting the color. So we are picking our shade of red. And next off we'll be creating the highlight. So the highlight is those at the top there to give it this smooth feel so it doesn't look sharp and edgy. So I'm going to make a clip mask of this highlight layer. Let's make a clip mask and then we'll feather it. So what the feathering does, it blurs, it just like blur, but not really blur, it's just smoothing the edge of any shape. Yes, just like it will smooth. For this particular effect we're creating, this will just smoothen the edge. Yes, this feather acts like a blur sometimes if you want to use it in place of the blur. I think right about that it's enough. Yes. Is this color really good? Let's pick another color for this. Okay. That's perfect now. So on to the next. We're bringing in a pattern. Now for the purpose of this tutorial, this is the pattern I'll be using. Yes, so if the brand you're designing for has its own pattern, you can bring your brand pattern. So when making a clip mask into that layer, I'm gonna be going for a blend mode that will reveal the color of the layer below, and then the pattern will blend nicely into it. So basically there is no rule for using this blend mode. You just have to pick the one that works, that serves that purpose. So here we are looking for the perfect blend mode. I think we'll have to bring that pattern layer down. Yes, right about there is perfect. Yes. So by now I think this tutorial is really giving you what you need. So I'll encourage you to hit that subscribe button. Yes. So I think we've created another layer. So in this layer now, we will be working more on the highlights. Yes, to create a light effect. Okay. So we'll be painting over this layer with a lighter shade of red. Yes, to create this light effect on it. Painting over with our brush tool, and of course I'm using the soft round brush for this, so we'll have to zoom in so we'll paint like pros. Yes, when you zoom in you get more clarity to paint on the part of the layer, not on the entire shape. So to do that, we reduce our flow drastically to about 17 and reduce our opacity too. I'll paint nice and slow. Paint carefully so you don't paint away from your target area. I'm trying to set up my work space right now because I'm really working with a small screen PC. So just in case you mess around with your workspace, you can always come back here, workspace, reset essentials, and everything will bounce back to its original position. Personally, I like to personalize my workspace. So I'm going to bring out that layer panel. I like to see everything, so I'll bring it out. So let's go back to working on a highlight. Let's pick a lighter color. Our brush tool and brush over that layer. Real nice. I think I have to use a second shade too. I'll just be changing the color so I can really get that depth. Oh, that was too fast. Okay. We will adjust it later. So I'm reducing my opacity further. I'm taking another shade. There are a lot of ways to go around this. Okay. Now this is just one of it, and it's really the easy way. Okay. Just when you master your tools and the rules, you always know a way to break them and make your workflow very easy and fast. So adding a new layer, and we're gonna brush over that layer to add more light effect on it. So yes, I think it's really coming out now. Yes, the edges. Yeah, to show what I mean. Now this highlight to make it look curvy. Yes. Okay. To add more light to it. Reduce your opacity further. So this shows you the effect of the light from the top and how the light moves from the lighter shade to a darker one. So or adding exposure. Now in design, there's depth of lights. This exposure, we're going to be adding it to the bottom. Yes, to the base where we're going to show shadow. Okay, so when the light hits from the top becomes lighter. So at the base, it will also become darker. So that's what this exposure adjustments layer will be doing for us. So reduce our brush size so we can focus majorly at the base and create this shadow effect, just to make the base darker. And of course, we're going to create a second exposure adjustments layer, so we'll make the top brighter, because now I think the shadow, let's try to make everything dark. As you can see, you see the difference. So let's create another exposure adjustments level, make a clip mask of it, and we're going to increase the exposure to make it brighter, and then we inverse. To inverse, you hit on Ctrl I to inverse. First in Windows, you reduce your exposure and flow. So we're painting over the layer on the top. We'll keep reducing our opacity and flow, so we achieve that realistic feel of the light effect. So we're hitting the pattern layer, and we're going to give it a blur. Why we're giving it this blur is so on the entire effect, it doesn't take the attention of the viewer or the audience reading the flyer. It doesn't take his or her attention away from the details. So we're going to blur it a little bit, as you can see. Once you look at the flyer, don't drive your attention away. So we just brought in a glass overlay. We're making our job here real easy. We would have created this overlay originally in Photoshop, but thank God for overlays. So like I said, blend mode, just pick the perfect one that will do the job. So this glass overlay is just giving another feel to it. Okay, it's giving you a feel like this thing is inside a glass and you're looking it from outside of the window or the glass. So we're just going to reduce the opacity of some portion of this glass layer. We don't just want the whole thing to be glossy, so reduce the size of our brush so we can, yes, so right about this, it's good. I think we've come to the end of this tutorial. Yes, everything looks perfect. Yes, so don't forget to like and follow. Thank you.